Hi, my name is Cheryl Stanga, and this is for DeskCrit number 1. My project is going to be using this template that I downloaded from eLearning Heroes, and my one frustration is that I can't change this background image, although I'm contemplating downloading a new background for it so it's more school and less business. So the table of contents is going to go through the 4 modules that I plan on doing. The first is an introduction to debate, then speech order and speakers, which I made a video, an instructional video for in the Maymester class, so I plan on using that for lesson 2, and then going through 2 topics, one on each side of the debate: stock issues for the affirmative and the disadvantage for the negative. All of this is to use with my introduction to policy debate class that I'll be teaching this fall. I've actually been teaching debate since 2004, so it's really great now that we're fully paperless to also be able to start putting some lessons into sort of this interactive online form. What I like is that it has content review and a checkout. The big struggle with having my debate class is that I actually have debaters of all levels, so new, JV, and varsity, which means that a lot of times when the varsity are prepping for a tournament and need to answer their questions, which can oftentimes be complex, I might not have time to answer a quick question or to go over content. So this is another way to allow me to be able to differentiate instruction across different levels to be able to introduce various content. So what I already set up was that this lesson would be introduction to debate on the resolution, where I'd put stuff here. Might be able to use a different graphic here, not necessarily a picture, but I was looking at maybe just making my own in Photoshop, like a copy of the text of the resolution. This would maybe just talk about like what the purpose of a resolution is and like why we have it. My goal is to keep it as generic as possible so I can reuse this year after year, rather than being topic specific, which I would then only be able to use for this year, so it really wouldn't get as much use out of it. Different topic content, I plan on like rearranging this page, and then when it gets all the way to the end, there's a summary of major content. I like that it bolds some of the vocab terms. That's especially important in policy debate since we have tons of jargon that we use, and so things like advantage and inherency and solvency are words that normal people use in their everyday language, but the way that we use it in debate is very different. Then there'll be a checkout exercise, and I plan on setting this up to be kind of in a quiz-like feature so that you have to get a certain amount correct before you can pass on to, well, let's say, is like the in-person modules or the next set of modules. So this is what I plan to create for my debate storyline activity for summer 2015.